Good afternoon and welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show to preview the Wales-Turkey game. Delighted to be joined by Steve, Mr. Steve Kay, Chief Scout. Steve, how you doing?
Yep. Good afternoon, Jerome. Very, very well. Looking forward to today's game.
That's it. I mean, yesterday, especially the Germany-France game was really enjoyable, I thought. So hopefully the Turkey-Wales game will be just as enjoyable. But we're about 45 minutes away from kickoff, so
yeah.
So we'll see. So the teams are out, and obviously for Wales, they got a point in the last game. But this is, do you think they is this a must win for Wales? Would you say, Steve?
Yeah, I'd say it was. Because if they don't win this one, then they've got to get something out of against Italy.
Yeah,
and that's going to be very difficult because they look like a very informed Italy side. So they've got 1 point at the moment. 1 point might not be enough. I think they've both got to win this game. I think Turkey are in the same situation. They've got to win. Wales have got to win. But Wales, I think, are in that little bit more difficult situation that if they don't, at least Turkey have got Italy out the way. And where Wales only got the point against Switzerland, Turkey can go and possibly beat them.
Yeah, based on the earlier games in the group, I don't know what you think, Steve, but I was quite disappointed with Turkey. Yeah, to be honest. Bit of a letdown because we obviously know a few of their players from the Premier League, and some of them are really highly rated, had good seasons, and they just didn't really show up against Italy, did they? And
no,
and I think if they play like that tonight, I think Turkey will struggle. But are you expecting that, or do you think that we'll see a different Turkey to the team that played against Italy?
I think we're going to see a different Turkey tonight. I think we're going to see a Turkey that we've been used to seeing over the last year. I mean, they've made a couple of changes from the side that got pretty much hammered by Italy. The Demiral's been dropped from the side, which is a very big call. I don't know. I mean, he put in the own goal, but you don't get dropped for own goals. So, but obviously the manager didn't like his performance, and also Youssef, who's a player that Arsenal was interested. He's been dropped, and another player that we know, Senzi Anza, has been brought in. So they've made two changes. Wales have gone with the same side. So. Which I can see. I mean, it was a good performance against Switzerland. It was a tough game. Switzerland are a good side, but it's a very difficult group. And this Wales-Turkey game is probably whoever wins this game will go through with Italy, I would think.
Yeah, you know what? Looking at the teams and the previous games. Another game for me, Steve, I think that's quite hard to predict. Predicting an outcome. I think they're two sort of quite closely matched, well-matched teams. I mean, obviously, when you look at Wales, they've got a couple of potential match winners in their team. Obviously, Gareth Bale being the standout player, but also Kiefer Moore, their centre forward, their big, strong centre forward, who scored in their last game. I mean, what are your thoughts in terms of predicting the outcome of this game?
Every time we've been we've gone through to the predictions of the score for these games that we've done, Jerome, since we started doing these pre-match things. It's very difficult. Every one you're coming up against, you're trying to look for that little bit of extra from one side that can give you that little bit more confidence in who's going to win the game. I mean, but like you just said, I mean, both sides have got fantastic players in their sides. I mean, you're looking at Turkey and Wales a few years ago, you would have you'd be thinking, oh, I'm not going to watch this. I'm going to turn it off. But now, you got people like Aaron Ramsey playing for Wales. You got Gareth Bale playing for Wales. You got Dan James playing for Wales. For Turkey, you got like Sononshu. You got Kalanoglu. And a couple and under as well, and and the forward Hilmez. There's a lot of players. It's very difficult. I've got a funny feeling that this could turn out a draw as well, and Wales may have to go into the Italy game and get something, because then I think Turkey have probably got more chance of beating Switzerland. I'm praying that I'm wrong. I'm praying that we can come back on and Wales have won the game, but I've got a funny feeling they're not going to get it, and I'm going to go for a 1-1.
Yeah, I think it could be a draw as well. I'll tell you what could be quite an interesting battle, Steve. Dan James obviously got substituted against Switzerland. He came off. He was visibly upset. I think he's going to not have a point to prove, but I think he's going to be up for this game. And on his side is the Lille fullback, Selik, who's been linked with a few different clubs. That could be quite a good battle on that side, couldn't it?
It could be. Dan James on his day is a very dangerous footballer. He started to get a few games towards the end of the season for Manchester United. And I think if he's on it, that's the thing that could push could push Wales over the line. Like I was saying a couple of minutes ago, him on form, maybe that extra thing. It's they've gone for it. They're going for it. They're going for a 4-3-3. I mean, they'll have Morel, Ramsey, and Allen as well in the midfield. So they've got a pretty sturdy midfield there with Bell, Moore, and James as the three in front. So it's very strong. So if they can, the only thing I worry about is their defence. It's a bit, it's not too strong. It's quite weak at the back. But if they can hold that off, with Dan James doing his stuff, I totally agree with you, mate. But obviously, there's Gareth Bale, isn't there?
Yeah,
and he's the guy he's the match winner. He's the best player on the pitch, and if he turns up, then it could be good night Turkey.
Yeah, literally. Steve, while we're here, I just wanted to get your thoughts on some transfer news that Sky Sports are reporting, if that's okay.
Yeah,
and that is the news that Arsenal have apparently had a bid turned down, a £40 million bid turned down for the Brighton defender Ben White, who's obviously with the England squad at the moment. What are you, hearing that Sky Sports are reporting? What are your sort of overall immediate thoughts on that transfer and that potential transfer and that price tag and that position? What comes to mind with all of that?
Well, what it is, it's certainly been out there. It's certainly been sort of flittering on the outskirts, the Ben White thing for maybe a week or two now. And the fact normally what happens is when Sky Sports sort of come out with it, it generally means it's that final third light of that actually has been made, and there is a true bid gone in, and something could happen. Ben White, I like the player. He was in my first 11 to play the other day against Croatia. I would have put him next to John Stones. So I like him. For Arsenal, 40 million's a lot of money. 40 million for a centre back. I'll be over the moon if they pay for him. Someone like that. I'd love to see Ben White at Arsenal. And I think he needs he'll do a good job, because we certainly need someone of international class, international experience, and also Premiership experience to at the Emirates next season.
What I mean, if that was to happen and Arsenal did sign him, what do you think the knock-on effect would be for someone like Saliba? Who's yet to play? Do you think that could spell the end of his very short Arsenal career, or would it be someone that could play with Saliba. I mean, I've got my thoughts on it. I don't think it looks great for Saliba if they're going to bring in someone like that.
No, I totally agree with you. I think, firstly, I think we do need someone.
Yeah.
Which sorts of, from an Arsenal fan's point of view, you would want to say, look, Saliba, stay and fight for your place, and because that's what every top club needs.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot going on behind the scenes recently, regards to Saliba. We don't know if he's Arteta's cup of tea, but personally, the fact that we are looking for a centre back, and the rumours are true that Ben White could come in. He won't be starting, will he, Jerome? He certainly won't be. He won't be starting. Will they send him out on loan again? Holding. You've got Holding there as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think it's. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I mean, it does look curtains for him, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just my opinion. I think it's a shame. I think over the years, Arsenal and the managers who have been in, the managers of Arsenal, they've given opportunities to so many youngsters, loads over the years, loads. And Saliba is a youngster that comes with such a big reputation. He's liked by so many people in the game that for him, someone that's got such a high ceiling potentially, for him not to even get a chance, I don't like that because everyone seems to get a chance. So. And someone that could potentially be fantastic might not get a chance. I don't like that, but
the one thing that makes me wonder, and that I suppose what's the right word, maybe sad about, is the fact that we've seen how, I mean, you've compared many a times Wesley Fofana to William Saliba.
Yeah.
And we all know how Wesley Fofana has, got better and better and better since he's gone into the Leicester side, and he was in my Premier League of the season. I think he actually did get in the Premier League team of the season, actually. Yeah. So, and when you look at Saliba, I mean, at the time, Saliba was that little bit ahead of Fofana, but now he's just gone backwards. So maybe it's good for him. Maybe it's good for Saliba that he goes and moves his career somewhere else.
Yeah. I guess we'll wait and see. There's obviously a long time left in the transfer window. We'll be finding out what's going on, and obviously keeping everyone in touch with the news. But yeah, there we go. Just very, very quickly, just wanted to say afternoon, guys. Hello, Jonathan. Hope you're good. Hope you're
afternoon,
good.
Jonathan.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll be back after the game, post game, see how the Wales Turkey game finished up. But until then, Steve, thanks as always.
Yeah, pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Come on, Wales. Let's get one of our own countries through.
Exactly. Superb. All right. Cheers, everyone. We'll see you after the game.
Cheers.